Dear students, welcome back to this virtual class. Last we were discussing the employment and we are discussing the different economy activities. So far that 8 industrial activities is classified into 3 categories: primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sectors. Primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sectors. So I have drawn that here was the distribution of workforce by industry in the year of 2017-18. Industry categories: primary sector, secondary sector, tertiary or services sectors. Place of residence: how much percentage is the rural people, how much percentage is the urban peoples. So in primary sector, the rural people is that 59.8%. 59.8%. Imagine yourself, that is that 60% people distribution of that workforce by industries. 60% people are depend on that agriculture sectors in that rural areas, and that urban areas only 6.6%. Whereas the male or the men in primary sector depends in that 40.7, and that females are 57.1%, and total is 44.6 as per that calculations. Distribution of workforce statistical data says, it means in agriculture sector 44% people depend on that agriculture sector. Remember, it's 44.6 age for the 2017-18 concerns. In secondary sectors, I told you 24.4%. It means in secondary sectors, the rural people, they were depending on that only 20.4%, and in urban areas that is 34.3. Similarly, the male or that men who are depending on that secondary sectors only 26.5, and that females are 17.7%, and total is 24% people depend on that secondary sectors. When I was discussing that role of that agricultural sectors during that British colonial systems, 70% people depending on that agriculture sectors, that is reduced, which reached to the 44.6 in the year of 2017 and 2018. Similarly, in tertiary sectors or the services sectors, the place of residence in the rural areas only 19.8%, and in urban areas that is 59.1%. It means in urban areas cases, maximum people they depend on the tertiary sector or the services sector, different kinds of services. But in rural area the services are very less, so that only approximately 20% people depend on the rural areas. So similarly, if we calculate that how much is that male and how much is the female, male and female, so male ratio is 32.8%, 32.8%, and female is 25.2, 25.2. That total is 31.0. This is the statistical data as for the 2017-18 is concerns. These are the rural peoples. You calculate it, the rural people 100%. Urban is also total with the 100. and male is will be here 100 and female will be 100. This will be the hundreds. These are the distribution of workforce in primary sector and secondary sectors and tertiary sectors. So we concluded here, primary sector is the main source of employment in majority workers. If you will go through that different newspaper, it may be Hindi newspaper, it may be the English newspaper, and like the English newspaper Times of India and the Hindus, the Hindustan Times, you will find that every week there is the like opportunities. You have already known that Times of India, that is the essence who provide that job opportunities. What are that job places and different companies names. And the Hindus, that opportunities of job. And the Times of India, sorry, Hindustan Times, that is the power jobs. So many companies advertise vacancies for the various positions. You may cut it and make that one table, different columns where the company is that private company or that public company, or number of posts, and similarly private sector, secondary sector, and that tertiary sectors. So above all, we concluded here that 44.6% people depend on the primary sectors, 24.4% people depending on the secondary sectors, and 31% people depending on the tertiary sectors. These are the different economy activities: primary sector, secondary sectors, and tertiary sectors. So growth and changes structure of employments. So we might have studied in that British colonial systems, that different British colonial system, agriculture sectors, industrial sectors, or the different trade, all that services sectors. So after that, we have already discussed that after the independence, that planning different objectives of different 5-year plans, and how to increase our employment facilities, how to increase our national income, or how to increase our infrastructure facilities. More than 70 years we have already made the different 5-year plans, 12 5-year plans we have already passed out. And our sole aim is to how to increase our national income and increase our employments. During the period of 1950 to 2010, gross domestic product or GDP of India grew positively or grown up positively. And if you will go through that statistical data, that employment also increases. It means rate of growth of employment was also increasing, as well as the rate of growth of GDP is also increasing. However, after the 2010, the employment rate is decreasing, as well as also that GDP is also decreasing. And that increasing GDP, which is 2% to 6%, 7.5%, but the employment which was growing or which is growing now, just like some year it is less than 2% or more than 2%. It means we can say that although our national income or the GDP is increasing, but the employment level which is not increasing accordingly. That is that distribution of workforce by industrial sectors which is not providing that job opportunities to our employees. If we go through the statistical data from 1951, 56 to 2010 and 12, It means that in 2010 and 12, the GDP growth rate was 7.8%. But in 2010, that reduces our employment growth, which is that 0.2%, because in 2005 it was 2.28%, but in 2005 to 2010 it reduced. The growth rate is reached to that 0.2% only. But after this, in 2012, when we calculate the statistical data, when we will read the statistical data, that our employment increases, that is 1.12% growth rates, whereas that gross domestic product, which is reduced to that 7.8%. And in the year 2020-21, we could not say that how much will be our growth rates. But you remember it, in the 1961 to 66, that time, which is the most important stages of our employment facilities as well as that growth rates. Employment increases, but growth rate decreases. But at present, how much is the growth rate we could not say, but maximum growth rate was 8.7% in the year of 2005. So these are the different kinds of growth rate, because we are discussing the chapter name is employment, growth and informalization of labors. So as per our statistical data, primary sector and secondary sectors and tertiary sectors, what I have given here. If we will start the status of the self-employed persons, regular salary employees and casual wage laborers. Three categories I divided into: self-employed persons, regular salary employees and casual wage laborers. So, which is given in that 44%, 24.4 and 31.0. In self-employed persons, so for 2017, I am giving the data 2017 and 18. That self-employed person is 52%. Self-employed, which was 52%. Remember it, 52.2 exactly, 52.2%. But regular salary employees, regular salaried employees, that was only 22.8%. And casual wage laborers, CL, casual wage laborers, that was also 25.0. Remember, it's 52.2 self-employed. It means that people earning their livelihood, more people are engaged in the self-employed, and casual wage laborers are the 25%, and thirdly that regular salary employed, these are the 22.8. If we will calculate this data and we will compare with that past 10 years or 12 years, suppose 1972-73, that self-employed person at that time was 61.4%, and regular salary was 15.4%, and casual wage laborers was 23.2%. Now you compare, self-employed is decreasing 52.2. Some extent regular employees salaries wages, they have increased 22.8%, and casual wage laborers are to be increased 25%. But before this, if we will calculate in the year of 2011 and 12, that self-employed person was 52%, and regular salary was 18% and casual labor was 30%. In this table, we can say that total it will be that 100%, this will be 100 and this will be 100. Total will be that 100%. So it means if we will see the tables, then what we concluded here, last 4 decades, 1970 to 2018, people have moved from self-employed and regular salaried employed to casual workers. It means the casual workers, which is increased 23.2 to 25%, and self-employed decreased 61.4 to 52.2%, and regular salary employees, they increased 15.4 to 22.8 so far 2017-18 is concerned. So it shows that we have created that some employments and we have not provided that much employments what the people are require or the desires. So it means yet self-employment continues to be the major employment provider and that self-employed which is also stagnant conditions, if we start 52 52.2 in 2011 and 2017-18. Scholars call the process moving from self-employment and regular salary employment to casual workers, or that create that casualization of workforce. This workforce are that more vulnerable persons. If we will study in this case that employment growth rate at 2% for a country like India, it is not easy task. I have already said 473 million people are depending on that workforce of that agriculture sectors and industrial sectors and tertiary sectors or that services sectors. So whenever we will classify this workforce with that formal sectors and the one on informal sectors, I will discuss which is to be called that formal sectors and which is to be called that informal sectors. Formal sectors are those sectors, if we will compare that some persons they are working in the different fields, like one is the factory employees, there is the public sectors and there is the private sectors. Those persons who are getting the job and they are getting that salaries in the end of that months. Besides this, they are getting the all kinds of facilities. Like I was discussing also, gratuity, provident fund, pensions, or different kinds of holidays, maternity facilities. These are the different facilities they are getting. So these people is that how much percentage? And those who are not getting these facilities, their standard of living we will compare. So with regard to this formal, informal and public sector and private sectors, we have to discuss in detail. Then we will go to that analysis of that what do mean by informalization labors. So I hope you must be clear about the participation of the distribution of different employments in the male workers, female workers, as well as the different activities, primary, secondary and tertiary sectors, as well as so far that self-employed persons and that regular salaried employee persons and that casual wages workers or casual laborers. So these are the different distribution of workforce by industry in different periods. So thanks to all of you. Next we will start the informalization of labor. Thank you.